Clan and Fram apologise for their reckless behaviour, and then more hostiles approach our position. However, we are promptly saved by a dragon that then transforms into humanoid form and gives us a big hug, leaving us confused for a brief moment before realising she is our mother Lumera, who provides a glimpse of the past in that we have suffered a terrible wound, which we could assume led to our memory loss, and then Lumera dotes on us a bit more before we take the Dragon Airlines to Lythos Castle. Starting Chapter 2, we are provided a small lore dump of the Elyos continent, briefly introducing us to the lands of Faraway, Brodia, Elusia and Salm that surround Lythos and Gradlon, as well as the war against the Fell Dragon which we fought alongside the Emblems, warriors that were gachapod from Fire Emblem heroes, where with their aid we won the war and yet the Fell Dragon is about to resurrect itself. When we arrive at Lythos Castle, Lumera thanks the stewards and we are told that the enemies we fought earlier are known as the Corrupted, the Fell Dragon's maintenance-free meat shields, and she further attempts to reassure us that we won't be attacked anytime soon. Marth also gets his turn getting thanked by Lumera and points out that the other emblems might have also awakened, and so we get introduced to the Ring Vault, which currently houses the Holy Knight, Sage Lord, Azure Twins, Princess Exalt and Instructor Rings, with the others stored at the other countries as a security measure, and Lumera warns us that our intent influences the emblem summoning process, meaning that their power can easily be misused. Afterward, we are led into the palace grounds for a mock battle, where the rules of engagement are laid out as a Lear with Marth, Vander, Clan and Fram, versus Lumera and her fabrication soldiers. Vander is distraught with the thought of fighting his queen, but Lumera smugly requests him to put in the effort, since she will, and let me tell you, she most definitely does. The map begins with our win conditions set to defeat Lumera. I first choose Clan, and we are taught that mystical units ignore terrain avoidance bonuses their opponents have if attacking with magic, which I'm sure will come in handy. But putting that aside, Clan attacks the fabrication axe wielder with his fire tome. Next I select a Lear and Lumera gives us a rundown of the weapon triangle, which in this game induces a break state that leaves the broken unit unable to counterattack for a while. Sword beats axe beats lance beats sword, and rock beats dagger, bow and tome. I then position a Lear to the south of the axe fabrication and break it, netting us the level up missed in the previous chapter. Next up is Fram, a Chi adept that utilises her fist for offense, staves for healing, and has an ability to take hits for adjacent allies, at the cost of 20% of their max HP. Despite how invaluable she would be, I have her take a jab at the broken enemy, while Vander softens up the bow fabrication. Immediately, I pay the consequences of my poor tactical decision of putting Fram in range of both fabrications, who successfully shoot and slash her, netting me my first casualty of the run, which hopefully is not an indicator of my strategic acumen for future chapters. Turn 2 I have Clan get revenge on the enemy bow unit, while Lear gets the axe one. I then position Vander in a thicket adjacent to Lumera, thinking that she'll prioritise the weapon triangle advantage and have him wait so he doesn't deal as much damage. However, Lumera focuses on family bonding and beats her son half to death. In a panic, we Emblem engage with Marth and have a Lear return Lumera's greeting with a Lodestar Rush, and then we force a reluctant Clan to deal the finishing blow which leads into a surprise round 2. Lumera repositions to the top of the map and summons Sigurd the Holy Knight, immediately raising another red flag in my mind, next to the Fire Emblem protagonist's parent flag on her potential fate. Aside from Sigurd, she summons another bow and axe fabrication, as well as a lance unit and 2 sword cavalries, while we're still stuck with a casualty. Turn 4 starts with a Lear at full HP, disengaged with Marth and 0 charge, to teach us about Emblem energy, which replenishes the engage meter if a unit's turn is ended on it. So I send a Lear there who is conveniently in range to break the axe unit, then I follow up with Vander and Clan. Afterwards, the lance and bow units make their approach. Turn 5 I have Vander attempt to break the lance fabrication, but instead he hits the 8% miss rate, and since a Lear is too far to attack the bow or lancer, I put him in a thicket next to one of the dragon statues and position Clan one tile above so we don't repeat the Fram incident. Lumera then rejoins the fray by Emblem engaging with Sigurd, bringing the cavalry and surprising me with her absurd movement range, where she rushes to Elyos and repeats her actions from turn 2, with additional follow-ups from the bow unit who puts us dangerously close to a game over. Though thankfully the thicket does its job against the Lancer, and we survive the onslaught. To my dismay, Vanda starts turn 6 by missing the lance fabrication yet again, which forces me to play defensively, and I have Elyos move north to the next thicket, Emblem engaging with Marth, equipping the rapier to deal with the cavalry, and finally healing with the vulnerary, while I have Clan stay by Elyos' side and show Vander how to hit the Lancer. Lumera's pre-battle smugness comes full circle when she skewers Vander with a surprise Rider's Bane, giving him peace of mind in that he never once used his weapon on his queen this chapter. This also brings the casualty counter to 2, making our prospects look bleak. Thankfully, Elyos avoids getting broken and the Lancer pays the price, which dominoes into the bow units also missing, and cavalry being thoroughly dispatched, concluding both teams' sacrificial trades and us successfully evening the playing field. I then reposition Elyos back into the thicket he was in previously, and have Clan maintain their position and attack the archer. This causes Lumera to swoop in and thrust at Clan, who barely survives. Then the bow fabrication refuses to capitalize on this and instead confusingly goes for Elyos, who just shrugs off their advance. While I would love to finish off the bow user, I don't want to start the next map with only one unit, so Clan retaliates at Lumera and Elyos finishes things off with a Lodestar rush.